Tuesday with licensed professional counselor Yunetta Spring.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Talk It Out Tuesday with licensed professional counselor Yunetta Spring. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, y'all.
Hey, happy to have you this morning. Listen, man. Hey, listen. Now, you say it's good that we have been encouraging people to seek therapy, but we need to address the pain and disappointment that can occur when other people are not supporting, your healing process. Explain that, and what do you mean by that?
Yeah, okay. So what I wanted to talk about is like what happens when you start to outgrow your relationships in therapy, So what I find is happening is that, my clients are taking this big steps to start therapy. They're learning more about themselves. They're growing in their awareness. They're developing coping skills. Their anxiety and their depression is kind of getting under control. But then they realize that their tolerance levels are changing. Right? Which means that they're starting to identify that they don't really like the people that they're in a relationship with too much anymore. And this can be any relationship. This can be romantic relationships or their working relationships. So as they begin to become more aware and start to use their voices a little more, then they're recognizing some issues within their relationship. So I wanted to kind of speak to those people because it happens so often, and I don't want them to necessarily get derailed in their process of healing because of this, right? So have you guys had that happen where you start to change and grow and then you have like your relationships kind of feel off?
Absolutely.
Yes.
As a result?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's so common. So one thing that I wanted to let these people know is to remember your why, okay? So remember why you started therapy in the first place, because it can be really easy to fall back into old patterns once you experience some resistance, right? So identify, what did you want to get out of therapy? How did you want to feel? What did you want to change? And if you are still in that process, then it's important to stay in that process until you get what you came for, okay? So don't leave too soon, before you get that. The second thing is to don't take it personal, right? So I know that's something that's easier said than done, but when we experience challenges in our relationships, we can take other people's reactions personal, right? We can consider their unwillingness to support us as a personal attack. And yes, I understand that it hurts, but everybody has the power of choice. So we can't take other people's power while we're trying to find ours. All right? Right. So I'll say that again. We cannot take other people's power while we're trying to find ours. So just the same way we have free will, they have that as well. Okay? And know that their issues may be more of their internal struggles than it is about you, The next one is to communicate what's changing and be clear on your future desires. So sometimes when we start shifting and moving things in our lives, we expect others to flow with us without getting consent. But if you've been showing up a certain way for years and then you automatically stop, it's natural and normal for you to experience some pushback, or for your relationship, the people you're in relationship with, to be like, hey, what's up? Where you at? What's going on? So it's really important to be clear of, I know I've shown up for you this way for years, but I'm no longer willing to show up for you that way. And this is how I'm planning to show up in the future, just so it's clear. And then you give people the opportunity to get on board with you if they want to. And the last thing is to know that it is okay to grow, and it's also okay to let go, right? So if you feel like the people that you're connected with, if you feel like the people you're connected with have that potential to grow with you, then by all means give them that opportunity. But if they are unwilling to grow with you and establish a healthy relationship, then it is okay to let them go, and know that if relationships are dysfunctional, if they're toxic, if they don't align with the person that you are becoming, then you got to let it go. You got to let it go.
Ooh, that's Brad, Eva, Gary, and Rock T for me. Toxic. Evil.
Especially Gary. Can't go with you.
Especially Gary. That damn Gary, Eva, Brad, and Rock T. But thank you, Cal. You sound like Bishop Joseph Walker this morning on here. You must go to Mount Zion or something. I promise you bought that. Are you serious? Oh my God. Yeah, boy, you spring. motivated me this morning.
Sometimes things fall apart so that you can build something better.
Amen.
You know, and it may be with that person or maybe with somebody else. But don't be afraid to let things fall apart if they're not healthy. Because
but if you need your check, though, honey, sometimes you got to stay.
Yeah.
Know your worth, Gary.
Okay.
Yes,
Hey, man, that was a real good word. The counseling, that was a word. That was a whole word. So if anybody want to reach you, Counselor Spring, how can you be reached?
Yeah, so you can follow me on social media at Springforth Counseling. Check out my YouTube page, Yunetta Spring. And if you want to join my mailing list, text the word spring to 55444. That's spring to 55444.
Yeah, thank you so much. That really helped me out. All these models and rappers and people pouring tea and sports folks, internet don't work and stuff. I've been going through it. Thank you so much for that.
You are very welcome. Love y'all.
You're the comedians, honey, girl.
Say what, Gary?
Damn comedians, Lord Jesus. I'm
Anyway,
sure the rappers
whatever.
and the models, but like they're the comedians and they damn jolly box.
Y'all give it up for Counselor Yunetta Spring.